Japan's history stretches back to the deepest antiquity, long before the samurai and emperors. Imagine the Japanese archipelago 12,000 years ago, connected to the mainland by land bridges. Here, during the Jomon period, one of the world's oldest ceramic traditions was born. Hunters, gatherers, and fishermen created amazing vessels with cord pattern markings and clay figurines called dogu, which hold the secrets of ancient rituals. They led a semi-sedentary life in pit dwellings, leaving behind huge shell middens, true archives of their daily existence. But a real revolution occurred in the 3rd century BC with the start of the Yayoi period. A wave of migrants arrived from the mainland, from China and Korea, and they brought technologies that forever changed Japan. Wet rice cultivation, metalworking, both bronze and iron neon weaving. From scattered tribes, the first proto-states began to form, with rice becoming the foundation of wealth and power. By the 4th and 5th centuries AD, separate clans united under the most powerful among them, the Yamato court, whose rulers claimed descent from the sun goddess Amaterasu. The symbol of this power became the enormous keyhole-shaped burial mounds, the coffin. The most famous is the tomb of Emperor Nintoku in Osaka. It is so vast that it's surrounded by 3 moats, and it would take hours to walk around it. This period gave its name to an entire era, the coffin period, the Age of the Tombs. In 794, the emperor moved the capital to Heian-kyo, modern-day Kyoto. The Heian period began the golden age of aristocratic culture. The court was ruled not by generals, but by poets and writers. It was then that Seishonagon wrote the Pillow Book, and Murasaki Shikibu created the world's first novel, The Tale of Genji. Life at court was a succession of exquisite ceremonies, poems, and love intrigues. But while the aristocrats enjoyed art, military clans were gaining strength in the provinces. The aristocracy's weariness with court life and their inability to defend their lands led the emperor to seek help from military houses. The 2 strongest clans, the Taira and the Minamoto, clashed in a bloody civil war. The victor was Minamoto no Yoritomo. In 1185, he took the title of shogun, moving the capital to the city of Kamakura. Thus began the era of samurai rule, which lasted for nearly 700 years. In the 13th century, a terrible threat loomed over Japan, the Mongol Empire of Kublai Khan, which had conquered China and Korea. A huge fleet approached the shores of Japan twice, according to legend. The samurai were saved by typhoons that destroyed the invaders' ships. The Japanese called these saving winds kamikaze, meaning divine wind. But this divine help had a downside. The shogunate owed its samurai payment, and there was nothing to pay them with. Due to financial crisis and infighting, the shogunate's power fell. Japan plunged into an abyss of civil war. The era of the warring states, Sengoku Jidai, had begun. Every daimyo, a local lord, dreamed of uniting the country under his banner. It was during this turbulent time that the first Europeans arrived in Japan, the Portuguese, who brought with them firearms, instantly changing the tactics of warfare. By the end of the 16th century, 3 exceptional military leaders managed to tame the chaos. The first was Oda Nobunaga, a ruthless innovator. He was followed by Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a man of peasant origin who rose to become Japan's ruler. Finally, Tokugawa Ieyasu, a cunning and patient politician who, in 1603, founded the last and longest-lasting shogunate, moving the capital to a small town called Edo, the future Tokyo. Japan finally found peace. Fearing European influence and the strengthening of oppositional daimyo, the Tokugawa shoguns closed the country. A long 250 years of peace and isolation began. Building large ships was forbidden, Christianity was eradicated, and foreign trade was conducted only with the Dutch through the tiny man-made island of Dejima. This fragile peace was shattered in 1853, when Commodore Perry's black ships arrived off the coast of Japan. Under the threat of cannons, America demanded the country open up, showing the world that feudal Japan was hopelessly behind. The humiliating unequal treaties caused an explosion of outrage. Under the slogan "Revere the Emperor, Expel the Barbarians," the shogunate was overthrown. In 1868, power was nominally returned to the young Emperor Mitsuhito. The Meiji Restoration began. In just a few decades, the country made an incredible leap. Samurai traded their swords for briefcases, railways and factories were built across the country, and a fashion for everything Western emerged, from suits to red brick architecture. Having gained strength, Japan itself became an empire. Victories over China and Russia brought new territories. In World War I, it sided with the victors, but the rise of militarism led the country into World War I. The ending is known to all: Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and the surrender in 1945. For the first time in its history, the country was occupied by foreign forces. But this is not the end of Japan's story. It's a story of an amazing rebirth. From the ashes, thanks to diligence, technology, and support, Japan achieved an economic miracle, becoming a global superpower. Today, Japan is an incredible fusion of ancient traditions and ultra-modern technology, a country that, having journeyed from gods and samurai to robots and bullet trains, has managed to preserve its unique soul.